Oh, man, God bless all y'all staying all the way to the end. Give yourself a round of applause, please. Give yourself a round of applause. All right, so let's go. Did you know you have a superpower? Oh, y'all don't believe me. I see it. I understand. We're going to work on the confidence. But I know you don't have lightning speed. I saw some of y'all on the line. You don't. I know for a fact you can't shoot laser out of your eyes, but I promise you, you got a superpower. You see, an author once stated that your ability to stay present within the moment, your ability to claim the power of now is such a power. But too many of us, we're focused on the future and we become anxious. Or we focus on the past and we become depressed. And we don't take time to unwrap this beautiful gift called today. But today, y'all all gonna help me. All right, we're gonna try it again. Y'all all gonna help me. Okay, yeah. You see, there's a group of people that need our help, but we're gonna take it there. All right, let's go back though. I first became aware of this issue when I was only 8 years old, and I was like probably 5'10" when I was 8. I was like that big, right? And back then, I used to chill with my big bro all the time. You see, big bro wasn't really my big bro, but he was like kind of like my big bro. I think you understand, right? He was 10 years older than me. He was a family friend that used to babysit me all the time. And big bro introduced me to all the sports, like everything. I mean, first, it was basketball. And I promise you, I was like the Haitian, I still got it, Jason Tatum. Yeah. You're laughing too hard, right? I don't know what's funny, right? Next, in baseball, big bro coached me up, and I promise you, I was like the Haitian Big Papi, with the swings. That was a bad swing. Let me try it again. I'm trying. I'm getting old, right? And big bro was even there during my first fight. He was in my corner, coached me up. But unfortunately, I wasn't the Haitian Mike Tyson in that situation. Despite all of these great things that big bro introduced me to, I don't know, there was a shift in his behavior, but I couldn't understand. I told you, I was only 8 years old. Only thing I remember is that his demeanor got a lot meaner, and I wasn't with all that. And one day, it got very dark. You see, big bro was babysitting me, and he assaulted me. Well, he sexually assaulted me. Do you know what emotional scar that left me? Do you know what that did to me? I'm talking about all of these beautiful dreams, goals, and aspirations I had quickly got replaced with the shoulda, wouldas, and couldas, because I started to blame myself. And the blame led into anger. The anger built up into rage. The rage led into depression, and that depression led into me losing my power of now, my ability to stay present within the moment. I mean, it's so fascinating when you understand the science of what happens to your brain when they experience trauma. Certain reports states that trauma impacts your brain in 3 different parts, but specifically the prefrontal cortex of your brain, and that is where you're able to make a decision to stay present within the moment. But the people y'all gonna help are individuals who have experienced trauma. And unfortunately for us, our traumatic moments, it shackles us down to the point, it's hard for us to decipher what's fiction and what's reality. I mean, myself, I spent decades upon decades really thinking to myself, did that just really happen to me? Or is this a false narrative I'm projecting based off my traumatic experiences? I mean, it's crazy because there's so many of us as well The National Council for Behavioral Health states that 70% of adults in America will experience trauma at least one time in their life. That is over 220 million people who were just like me, struggling to stay present within the moment because we're too anxious or we're too depressed. And that right there is exactly what I've been trying to solve for over 11 years of my life. I mean, I promise you, I've done everything. I became a life coach, a recovery coach. I started a business on this. I'm a mental health educator. I'm just trying to figure out, how can I help my people stay present within the moment? How can I help them unwrap this beautiful gift called today? And on that journey, I came across something, I think y'all heard of it. It's called self-care, right? Oh yeah, y'all love the self-care stuff. So, question for you, question. When I say self-care, do you think of journaling, affirmations, yoga mats, gratitude list, anything to that capacity? Is that what you think of? Please, just raise your hand. Look around. Look how many of y'all there are. Look at all y'all. You see, I was just like y'all. I promise you, I was just like y'all. I did all of these self-care practices, but it didn't work. I did the affirmations and it felt good for the moment, but unfortunately that moment didn't last. I did the journaling and the gratitude list, but the ruminating negative thoughts I had left me in a self-destructive state. You see, the issue with these self-care practices is that many times we promote for you to do it by yourself. But people such as me who have experienced trauma, well, we're starting from a broken place. And doing it by yourself left us in an isolated position. And isolation is a huge ingredient for our depression. I mean, let's go deeper, right? What is self-care? What is it? What is self-care to someone whose self-image been destroyed by self-doubt to the point where they have no self-esteem? Bars. For me, self-care became a reminder of all the years of self-neglect. But that's where you come in. And you. Well, like all of you guys. Because I realized that the solution for us individuals who have experienced trauma, for us to stay present within the moment, it's just not self-care. It's including community care. Yeah, community care. How do you pour into your community, and what is your responsibility of your community pouring right back into you? Community care. I mean, the CDC reports that having strong social connections or a good community has the capability of decreasing your chance of getting anxiety or depression, thus allowing you to stay present within the moment. I mean, myself, after years upon years of practicing this, I started to teach others about community care. And the people I started to teach, I realized that, they just had emotional scars. You know scars, right? The internal cuts that we tend to mask, but we still see the external marks. You know scars, right? Which is just suffering camouflage as reality. But with community care, scars will be a pillar for you to stay present within the moment. Walk with me real quick, right? So the S will stand for share. In my community, I've been lucky enough to have you, Corey. I know you're in the back somewhere. Do you know how many times you shared knowledge, resources, and experiences with me? You helped me realize that I can never behave higher than what I think, so it's imperative that I have a thirst for knowledge. The C stands for challenge. And in my community, I had Burley and Vladimir. I spent hours upon hours debating them, and they helped me realize, well, there's more than one solution to a problem. And maybe, just maybe, in very rare occasions, I might not be right all the time. Yo, it's crazy. The A stands for accountability. And I had you, Sarah. You helped me realize that my actions are a reflection of you, just like your actions are a reflection of me. And the R, well, that's for repeat. So I realized that if my community consistently shared knowledge, resources, and information, we challenged each other's perspective in a healthy manner, kept each other accountable, and we did this in a repeated fashion, there's no way I would not be present within the moments. Because Lord knows I needed this during the hardest day of my life. Come with me, right? So it was July 2nd, 2022. I'm at my mom's funeral. You know, funerals are already tough. We understand that. But this day, I was struggling, man. I'm going to be honest with you. My mom, well, she died unexpectedly. And when she died, we weren't on the best of terms. So I'm standing at the podium as my mom's only child, and tears were just streaming down my face. And I'm looking at her for the very last time. And I was struggling. I was trying to find the right words and phrases that could truly capture what a beautiful person she is, or she was. I was struggling because I was looking at her on a beautiful outfit, her favorite outfit at that. But the makeup they put on her face didn't truly accentuate the beauty, her natural beauty. And as I'm looking at her, standing at the podium, I kid you not, I heard a noise. I popped up. The first time in 28 years, I see Big Bro come walking through that door. My hands immediately start to shake. Sweat started to bead on my forehead. These shaky hands turned into two ball fists. And I took that first step. That first step I took, I promise you, that's when the anger rised up. Because I promise you, I was about to step to him. I took the second step. Oh, that's where the rage started to kick in. Because I promise y'all, we were about to attend his funeral next. But right when I put down that third step, I saw you, Corey. And I got reminded of all the times you shared knowledge, resources, and information with me. Then I looked at my peripheral vision and I saw Burley, and she was next to my aunt giving her a tissue. And I remembered all the times she challenged my perspective, and I might not be right all the time. Then you, Sarah, you were sitting like 2 rows in front of Vladimir, and you came up to me. You were confused, like, why are you so tense? Why you got bald fists at a funeral? And then I remembered that my actions are a reflection of you, just like your actions are a reflection of me. But I still had to go up to Big Bro, so I went up to him. Looked him dead in the eyes, still had my fist clenched. In my hardest moment, never felt so more powerful. Because I was actually present within the moment. I was able to look him in his eyes. I forgave him. Forgave him. And I let it go. Yeah. Community care. Community care. I've been speaking about the pillars of community care for God knows how long, and I've been everywhere you could think of talking about it. DC, Chicago, Detroit, or honestly, it doesn't matter. Because today, I'm here in Roxbury. Yeah, we're here in Roxbury. Here in Roxbury, though, we should be concerned about a specific number. The number is 68.8. According to some reports, that's the life expectancy of members in our community, which is well below the national average. But the CDC does report, if you do have strong social connections, it has the capability of increasing your life expectancy up to 50%. So, I'm going to ask you, you right there. Uh-huh. That's Roxbury for you. I know for a fact you can share knowledge, information, and resources with someone brand new today. But my question is, are you willing to do it? I know you're over there. I know you have the capability of challenging someone's perspective in a healthy manner, of course. Can you do it? And I know you two in the back over there. I know y'all do a great job of keeping each other accountable. But can you add one or two more people to make this into an accountability group? Can you? Because if we all do this in a repeated fashion, I know for a fact that my people, our people, will finally have the chance to be present within the moment. Claim the power of now. And unwrap this beautiful gift that we call today. Thank you.